Minister Bains, we appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and join us. Minister Bains has a long history in addressing worker health and safety concern. He served for 15 years as an elected officer of the Steelworkers IWA Local 2171. First elected as an MLA for Surrey Newton in 2005 and has served his constituents and elected 4 times. So a considerable achievement in this province's elections and politics. I know we share a common goal to make construction sites safer and BC amongst the safest in Canada. So at this time, I'd like to welcome Minister Bains to come forward.
Thank you, Richard, and good morning. I want to apologize for being late here today. The traffic was extra crazy today for some reason. I think someone should do something about that. Should talk to the minister responsible. I'd like to begin by acknowledging that we are on traditional territory of Musqueam, Tsleil-Waututh, and some Squamish people. I'm really pleased to be here with you today, with all of you. I remember months ago, I think you reached out to me, came to Victoria and talked about this issue. And I thought, wow, there's so many things out there that people don't even know that can improve and to improve the health and safety of the workers and those who use those equipments. And since that time, I have actually looked around in the neighborhoods where the construction is going on, where those pumps are there. And I've seen what you described to me, the people with a hammer, if there's some cement stuck in there, they're using hammer on that big pipe to make it loose, and how dangerous that can be with the pressure that is behind it. So I'm really happy that you took the initiative, working together with the workers' unions, and come up with this a very, very important initiative. Want to congratulate Mike, Richard, and Josh, and everyone else who have been involved in this, because you have worked hard to make this certification program a reality. And I'm also very grateful to the BC Construction Safety Alliance, operating engineers, for your ongoing efforts to educate, support, and promote workers' health and safety in construction industry. And to all the organizations that have worked with you to develop this program. So I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. And I've said many times, and I will repeat that again today, last 2 years, I think every opportunity I have to talk about safety and my duty, my job, my passion, it is to make BC workplaces safest in the country. Not one of the safest, the safest. And I have a good cooperation. We have good people from WorkSafe here. They are cooperating, trying to make sure that we have a strong preventative programs and have a strong enforcement regime, so that people feel that they know what they have to do in order to make themselves safer, and what the employer and the supervisor know what their duties are. So that is the educational part, and I really want to thank all of you to continue to work on that way. And it also means strong support for workers who have been injured and were made sick at workplaces. So when they are using our WCB claims and their facilities, that they're treated with respect, with dignity, and that they receive the care that they need on a timely fashion, the rehab that they need, so that they could go back to their pre-injury jobs as soon as they can, as soon as that they're ready and able to. It also means that all workers also are fully trained and qualified to do their job safely. The organizations like BCCSA and operating engineers that are helping make workplaces safe is a reality now. Thank you. Partnership and working relations that BCCSA has with its industrial associations, unions, is absolutely critical, because I believe it's a joint effort. There is no single person that can take the ownership on health and safety of anybody. But it is the supervisors, it is the management, it is the workers. Collectively and individually, they're working together as a joint effort to look out for each other, knowing what they need to do, have a proper training and tools to do the job that they need to do, and understand that there's no job too important that you cannot do it safely. And we have to remind each other all the time, working together jointly. And I truly appreciate the excellent work that BCCSA does as a construction industry certified partners for WorkSafe BC certification of recognition program. We all know that the construction sites can be dangerous places. So much so that the WorkSafe BC has developed a construction high-risk strategy to focus on reducing injuries in this sector. A big part of that strategy is working with industry and stakeholders to look at where the risks are highest, where the biggest challenges are, and to proactively respond to those challenges. Today's announcement is a great example of that. As Mike have just said, concrete pump equipment is complicated machinery and very dangerous in the hands of an inexperienced operator. And yet, anyone, as was said here, can obtain one of these pumps and start using it, perhaps with basic training, but no requirement to prove they know how to operate it safely. It just doesn't make any sense. And with taller buildings, more complex structures, concrete pumps are getting more complicated, more powerful, and subsequently more challenging and dangerous to operate. And it has been reflected in the number of injuries over the last several years. Since 2013, there have been over 100 injuries, including a tragic death involving concrete pump at construction sites. These were all preventable accidents if the proper safety procedures were in place. And workers were well trained in the equipment they were using. That could have been prevented. Unfortunately, that is often not the case, as you know, especially when there are no standards or certification in place for operating such equipment. This new certification program is a huge step towards preventing these type of injuries. And I'm thrilled that the British Columbia is leading the way, not just in Canada, but in all of North America. So thank you so much. You should be proud. And the certification program will be voluntary, but with industry-wide acceptance, I have no doubt it will soon become standard practice at all construction sites. There has been a great improvement in safety in the construction industry, and the work of the BC Construction Safety Alliance and building trade unions and other partners is a big reason for that, working together on that. Thank you for championing safety among workers in an industry that poses the highest risk to workers. But where it's often difficult to get people to take safety seriously. It's reality. Sometimes, we think we can just take that shortcut and make that one jump without having a protection. But the consequences when that doesn't work. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for sharing my vision of making BC's workplaces the safest in the country. And you are on the right track, working together, joint effort, having some concrete, pardon my so those are the steps that are needed. And it means that you are serious. You're serious and you're proactive. In the safety world, I've been involved in my previous life, health and safety at workplaces. We usually react. After the accident has happened, then how do we prevent that from the future? But proactively, those are the people who actually take that proactively will have our safest workplaces. And it has worked because people know, industry know, safe workplaces are more productive workplaces, more happy workplaces. So I just want to say thank you. I don't say thank you enough for the effort that people put in. But today, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for the work that you've done together.